So this is crazy. Because when I was looking at this last time, I don't know what, but these modifications and repeals, I must have read them wrong or misread them. And actually, I think they've been quite elusive because they've only got F4 and F7 there. They don't have all the letters in there, which is misleading. But when you read this, right, Representation of Public Order Act. One, two. So, I still think that it's looking like this clause is still in effect. Because that's actually referring to another act. It's words in 1.1, then words in 1.1, words in 1.1. Section 1.3, it doesn't actually, it's not citing any changes to 2. So it still is that any person who incites others to commit an offence under this section shall be guilty of a like offence. So the Representation of the People Act has got this law, but just also the same, but just for specifically for elections as well, meetings for elections. But this applies anyway. This makes what YouTube and Facebook are doing illegal, and it's also inciting people to do it on Facebook. It's definitely inciting. Mark Zuckerberg and Nick Clegg are inciting people to break meetings up, particularly in groups. If it's, if a social group really is a meeting, but if it's just like a history group or science, just like for the sake of interest, but when it's actually a proper meeting, like something like you need to do things like lay legal documents or discuss planning or something important, it's illegal to prevent people from giving the information or laying the information and actually even from attending. That's because it's like a properly, it's almost like legal proceedings are required. The other act, there's also an act for, swearing or misbehaviour. I think that's why the councils are calling the police when these people misbehave, but it's actually illegal to remove people or prevent them giving information. Kind of like on the Stop Cop City in Colorado when she's like swearing in that meeting, but they couldn't break it up. Although there is actually free speech. The thing is, the behaviour has to be breaking the meeting up. It's only if the behaviour or conduct is like preventing proceedings from continuing, really. And then there's another thing, whereas really, if it's concerning petitions or you're using the 1688 Bill of Rights, you've got an additional law which really prevents you from being prosecuted. So you have actually got a right of complete and total free speech, really, following on from... Well, this is from the Bill of Rights. This actually is from the Bill of Rights originally. Because you combine them together, the freedom of speech is combined together. So... I definitely think that Facebook are inciting, by putting the buttons, the government must have met with them and planned it. And I'm sure that you proceed with these through the Corrupt and Illegal Practices Act as well. I'm sure.